It is always very difficult for stray dogs to adapt to street life, especially after many years at home. It is even more difficult when young puppies find themselves on the street, who are not able to take care of themselves, find food and a warm place to hide. Their life turns into endless trials and not everyone manages to overcome them. The story of the puppy named Sitsi was not the simplest, but fortunately he was noticed in time, and this decided his future fate. The little defenseless creature was abandoned on the street at a young age, without a mother and completely alone. In an attempt to somehow survive, the baby wandered around, trying to find a little sympathy and warmth among the crowd of passersby, but no one noticed him. Due to her inexperience, Kiki found herself in a critical situation, which caused a deterioration in her health and constant discomfort. The girl was seriously injured, and her whole life turned into a constant struggle and overcoming. The exhausted and fragile baby began to lose strength and faded away every day. Her quiet cry was heard by passersby who could not remain indifferent to this creature. The puppy whined pitifully, curled up on the side of the road, and could not move. His entire fragile body was covered with dirt and insects, and there was a huge injury on his skin, which was very inflamed and caused discomfort. Coming closer, passersby could hardly hold back their tears at the sight of the unfortunate creature. Kiki was so exhausted that she could not resist, and anxiety and distrust froze in her eyes. When the baby was brought to the veterinary clinic, doctors immediately determined that the injury had been received about 2 days ago, and all this time the unfortunate puppy was experiencing severe discomfort. Sitsi's tests were not reassuring. Due to the injury, a strong inflammatory process began, and Kiki began to develop anemia, and her weight was below normal. Prolonged hunger and dehydration caused problems with internal organs, and the baby required serious treatment. Her body temperature was greatly elevated. Kiki could not cope, getting weaker by the minute, and the doctors had to take urgent measures to restore her condition. No one made any predictions, but everyone hoped for the best and did everything to ensure that Sitsi survived. The clinic staff did not leave her side for a minute, constantly checking her condition and surrounding her with care. The first week turned out to be the most difficult, and it was not only a battle for the doctors, but also for Kiki herself. The baby was prescribed antibiotics and nutritional mixtures, which were administered using special syringes several times a day. The prescribed treatment procedures were not the simplest, and by the end of the day the unfortunate girl lay exhausted, shriveled from fatigue. Sometimes she would look sadly into the distance for a long time, and it was such a pity to see her in such a state. The first days she was very frightened by everything that was happening and had difficulty understanding that they were saving her and wishing only the best. Only a week later, Kiki's condition began to improve little by little, and she began to eat on her own. Despite this, the dog continued to behave very warily and could not completely trust people. Even while sleeping, she did not completely close her eyes, expecting harm to come to her. A small and inexperienced baby, she did not understand what human care was. When her health became stable, the volunteer took Sitsi under her wing and continued to restore her health. At first, Kiki tried to find a secluded place and constantly hid from people. But after a few days, she opened her soul more and more. Attention and care helped Sitsi to believe in people and become a beloved pet. She still has a lot to learn, but she is already showing great results. In the foster family, Kiki finally recovered and blossomed like a little flower, enjoying every new day.